Good evening, and welcome to my second Disco Elysium stream. I'm hoping to be a little bit more organised with how I approach it this time. Maybe work through my journal of tasks to do and do them properly rather than running around like a headless chicken. That might be nice, maybe. Because I was all over the place last time. I had no idea what I was doing. And I don't expect that's going to change much. So forgive me for that. But let's just get into it. Stumbling around like a confused drunk. What? That's a bit... I wasn't doing that, was I? No way. I like to think I was a slightly organised drunk. At least I... No, okay. As I recall, the last thing we did was speak to a guy on the balcony about his Sunday friend. And that was after investigating a bunch of closed down shops. Still haven't found my badge, though. Because, of course, I haven't. That would be too easy. But I did get a beautiful mesh top. And a beanie. Just, style points. Now, where were we? Who was in the union box? Not there today. That's for that's for Wednesday. I should probably ask him about the case,
Yes? What do you want to know?
Anything.
Yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember.
Brief, yes.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
Oof, 4 days. I mean, that's 4 days plus the extra days I didn't do anything.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Is that going to be a red herring, though? I feel like it's putting so much focus on the fact it's the dock workers. It's not going to be them. Who's the victim?
Security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide
There's
themselves?
a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
I understand everything. Yep.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
Yeah, that felt obvious. Surely I'm not that bad of a cop that I don't remember that basic. Well, I don't know, maybe I do. That basic fact about cop work. Actually, I'm curious about why they would send someone from a different precinct.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
Oh. Is he being punished in some way?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on
You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia.
it. Better still than an imbecile cop-off.
Tell me about it.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
Oh, but I want to know what kind.
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here.
Oh, I see.
Now it's come to its
He's
natural
just very
conclusion.
critical of the district-based system, I guess.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words.
Oh. So they're not fighting over it, they're fighting to who wants it the least, I guess?
I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest, with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the
Oh,
contrary.
clever Kim. He'd rather himself go than another cop who would be more competitive. So that there isn't any escalation through competitiveness. Like, it's like, better me than them. Okay. Good guy. Okay. I wonder what this says about me. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a self. Well, I guess it is. It's a selfless act, maybe. I don't know. To put yourself in that position to avoid escalation, or rather, just because maybe not to avoid escalation, but just because he doesn't agree with the mentality. I don't know. I get it though. I don't know why I didn't talk to him sooner. This is. It helps to know why he's here. I'm just gonna leave it unspecified.
The silence carries.
What's special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
A tremble comes over you. Another after effect of ethanol poisoning, perhaps. Feels like leaves do when they rustle in the breeze, somewhere far away, below the turbine. The 41st and the 57th. The lieutenant was right. It's not about who gets what's north. It's about who doesn't.
Yeah, so what I said earlier, that it's all about who wants his place the least. I'm not going to say he volunteered to spoil it. That's a bit,
Yes, it's
I
a
like
wholly
him.
pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Ooh,
He's
skill
actually
point.
glad it's addressed now.
Okay. Sorry, cop. Roy mentioned suicide. Why did the 41st send me?
Because you're the best qualified. No, that doesn't seem right.
I'm exceedingly qualified.
If you're so well qualified, why can't you remember why you were sent? Anyway, Don't keep the lieutenant waiting.
Ah, fine. I think you should know that I can't remember anything.
No response. He just arches his brow.
I think he already knows that. Forget
The
it.
moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Anything in the car I can do.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
No, I'm not
and
going to talk to the
the soft
station,
glow
actually.
Of the fuel preheated.
I think that's good. I think we're good there. Right. Do we try and shoot down the corpse? I mean, it won't work, right? But Kim kind of wanted to try it secretly. Ah, I mean, that's the kind of shit I would do, right? That's the kind of shit I would do. I would try and shoot down a corpse. Don't have my gun, though. Kim will have to do it. Right, Kim.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white.
Yes, we do.
He breathes out heavily.
He wants to.
Oh yeah, do this shit! Fuck it up!
That's just the worst that could
I
happen.
blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his
Let's
jacket
see how good of a shot you are, Kim.
and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks.
Wait, it's that kind of gun? It's got a cartridge? A paper cartridge? Oh, shit. Our technology is such a weird spot.
He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Let's give the man some silence. You can do it, Kim.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself.
God damn it.
He feels bad about it. About his eyes mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without...
Yeah, muzzle-loading pistols and cars. It's a wild world that we're in here. I think if I had known that the technology in this world was muzzle-loaded, I wouldn't have thought he could hit that shot, right? Like, if it was like a modern revolver or something, I would have been like, yeah, sure, you could probably shoot that. But not muzzle-loaded. That shit's got no accuracy. You should have told me that. Establish the world for me, please. I knew it was all fucked the moment he pulled out a muzzle-loaded gun. That was it's game over there. The technology level is wild. Yeah. I'm not going to commit to the harbour yet. Sorry I made you embarrass yourself, Kim, in front of the kids, you know? That was rude of me. Hi, what should we level up? Speaking of aim, should I level up my hand-eye coordination? Inland Empire is my signature skill. So I've always got a +1 for that. I feel like my intellect's too low, right? Understand creativity. That feels like it fits in with the rest of my, you know, skills right now. I'm anything if not imaginative. Right, so that's what I did last time. I spoke to the mysterious smoker with the Sunday friend. How do I get into the chimney? Because I was in there before. You know what I'm going to do real quick? I found more money lying around than I expected to, so I'm going to give the old lady her little pin back.
Hello again, sweetie. I hope you were able to pawn that old trinket.
Have it back.
Oh, thank you, dear. I confess I am glad to see it again.
Free experience.
Even the lieutenant seems happy with this turn of events.
I take a pin, I give it back, I get experience. I think I'll do that every time if I ever replay this game. I'll just do it all the time. That's metagaming, that is.
Now, what else, sweetie?
Oh, hi, Sarah Hex. Yeah, life hacks. I'm kind of a genius, you know. If I see an opportunity to game the system, I will. Oh, I need to call the... I should really talk to that lady. That they theorized might have made the call. Hang on.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need you to connect me to a civilian, Sylvie.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
You haven't missed much, Sire Hex, if you weren't here before. I figured you just joined. We tried to shoot the body down. It turns out the guns in this world are muzzle-loaded, which came as a shock.
Received. Hold on, officer.
At the very least, Kim's is. Start slapping the marching rhythm on your thighs.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Just wait. Relax.
Fine. Lovely.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
I have some questions for you about your last days at work.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again.
I wouldn't be thrilled to be talking to me again either.
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out.
No,
No
no,
question about it.
no. Oh. Oh, hang on. My audio peaked into the red there. That's not... How's it sounding? I just noticed I went into the red. Is it louder today for some reason? It's not too loud, is it? My voice? Like, I want to make sure I'm not blowing your ears out. You think it's fine? Okay. Cool. As long as the game audio is a good level too. I was just a bit worried there. I saw it flash into the red, which doesn't happen often. And I was like, oh god. Oh, hang on. I didn't turn on... It's fine. Twitch integration. Hang on. Let's just get that back on real quick, just for the fun of it. Can't do it right now, though. I'll do it after. I should scream into the mic at point blank. I can't scream. I'm like a... I don't think anyone has ever heard me scream. Like, it's that sort of noise I make. I'm incapable of it. Just the idea of trying to raise my voice to that level gives me massive anxiety. Like, even when I'm scared by something, I don't scream. Feel free to remember that, so in the future, if I do scream, you can call me a liar. Oh yeah, that was a thing I did. I added physics to my earring. It's a little bit janky, I need to tweak it a bit, but I just very quickly made it so it at least kind of moves around a bit. So it doesn't, look static. One day, I will make the hat floppy. But, one day, maybe. Right, I'm trying to build up the courage to play into the bit here. Right? Like, I chose to play the absolute mess, asshole, loser cop. That was my angle. So do I go full loser? Or do I do that at the end? I have... Yeah, but the hat, I have been tempted to separate it from the model and make it a prop in my VNyan program. But I haven't been asked to do it yet. But if I make it a prop, I can make it easily removable. So if I ever need to hide it, I can. It would just be more convenient. But currently this is literally part of my skull, so do not remove it, do not touch it. That's why I keep my singular brain cell nice and safe, tucked away in my hat. Why did you quit your job?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Hat-shaped skull, yeah. See the cone at the top here? Like this cone bit? I've got just a really long skull. My skull extends up into the cone of the hat and fully fills it. And that includes the droopy bit. That is all skull, that is all brain. That's not lore. That's not lore at all. Ignore that. I made that up. I lied on the internet. Who would lie on the internet? Oh, God. Such a shame. You know what? I'm gonna judge a book by its cover, right? Gart has been giving me bad vibes the whole time, right? And I didn't say anything because I don't want to be that guy, that asshole. But he did.
What? No, why would you even think that?
Wait, wait, did he? Am I making shit up?
Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
Listen, Gart rubs me the wrong way, you know? It's my instincts. It's my spending time in bars instincts, you know? Some people you just, oof, don't trust them. They've got a look to them. Don't actually judge books by their cover, by the way. Have you seen my badge?
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
How did you first learn I'm a police officer?
You told me back in the whirling. You told everybody, and so does your badge. I don't need to hear about it anymore.
Can I back out of this so I don't tell him my badge is missing? Oh well.
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Oh well.
Real police would have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
Kim doesn't have a uniform and he seems real to me.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is.
Ah.
There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well. Others do it more casually. Looks like you're one of them.
Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
But why didn't you call? Because there was a corpse hanging in your workplace.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the corpse.
What does the union have to do with it?
No one calls the police. The union would get angry.
Ooh, do give me the juicy deets.
You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
I bet the union did it. The union killed a guy. Because he was, I don't know, disagreeing with them. I don't know enough about the politics yet.
Garbage.
So I've been drinking a lot of water. It's gonna take me hours to get through this game if I keep stopping every few seconds. I'm gonna be a bastard. Why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your backyard for weeks?
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further.
I should probably
Show
read the
her
paperwork I
there are
found.
other ways. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
Okay. I'm now gonna listen to empathy.
You do? What else can I do for you?
See, now hopefully that puts me in good favour with her, right?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone, or the one on the coast.
Oh. I don't know the technology levels well enough, but is there a way we could find out who used one of those phones?
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on.
Have you seen my policeman uniform?
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. The disco things.
The disco things.
Somewhere in a dank rental apartment, two police officers stand in the dark. Trash and liquor bottles cover the floor. Things are not good.
My disco things.
One of the men, trying not to slip on old newspapers, makes his way to the window and pulls the curtains apart. Roach, goddamn.
Oh, whoops.
Officer Michelle Elfboy Williams speaks to himself. His partner, Sundance Fisher, looks at the patrol uniform he's wearing, then at an identical suit frame on the wall. It's blue and covered in dust. Let's get the fuck out of there.
Hang
He
on.
turns to Williams. He hasn't been here in days.
Why are the police in presumably my apartment? Well, that's okay. That's lovely. I'm just going to leave her alone
I
now.
hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
Very high. Why does she seem angry with me?
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still
Oh
working.
god, this is going to be really bad, isn't it? What did I do?
I'm not mad. It's just you were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skewer thing happened. Just made me want to quit.
Wait, I somebody made her quit.
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this place.
That's dreadful. Oh. Oh no.
I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you...
Do I want to know what I did? That's worse than all of those things. I don't want to be the greatest asshole. Brace yourselves.
Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Which song?
We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
Ruining someone's love of a song is truly the greatest crime, honestly. I'm genuinely sorry.
To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there.
Jesus.
I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that.
Sounds intense.
And then I had to deal with your toilet.
She's still
The
going.
one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
I feel like I should apologize.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
When I spoke to God, it seemed like he thought you left because of him.
Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true.
Oh no, did I get away with their, like,
really did.
blossoming love?
No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing. With the corpse and all that.
Oh god, yeah, that is terrible timing, isn't it? Like, hey co-worker, I know that there's a rotting corpse in our backyard, but I really like you. Do you want to go out? Oh my god, no, God. That's on you as much as me. No, in fact, that's entirely on you. God damn.
There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side, the telephone cord coiled around her index.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. I should have told him maybe.
Let's help Gert with his love life.
Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something.
What did I sing besides the ooh?
All sorts of things.
The ooh.
From this one rock.
Maybe you can help me identify this one particular song.
Which one would that be?
One that was really sad.
Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in San Sans. Butchered that right up.
Oh,
Interesting. You
he's
still
so
have to find
relatable.
it, however.
I've butchered a song or two at karaoke. What skewer thing?
Stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird!" and
I would
laughing
never.
like a maniac.
I like birds. This is a scandal. Again, I gotta keep up my track record, Zio, you know. Gotta keep it up.
I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Oh no, Jesus! Number 2 is exactly what I said. I love birds.
Yes, well,
Oh, thank you.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless.
Sounds like
the
a lovely
call
woman.
breaks. Then,
And I ruined her
a
life.
familiar voice.
anything else I can help you with, officer?
Connect me to Sylvie again. No, I'm done.
57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of stairs.
Wonderful. Listen, I know there's a body hanging out back, but I gotta help this love life situation. I'm such a romantic. Gart, I've got good news for you.
Can I help you?
He's gonna hate me so much more now. He's gonna hate me so much. Oh no. Oh. I talked to Sylvie. She left because of me, not you.
Wait, what? But what about the bird?
The bird?
Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
I broke it.
You broke the skewer!
I assure you it was him.
Kim, you weren't there. He's so sure. You weren't there.
It's as if he can't decide whether to be angry or relieved that it was you. Again.
You're welcome.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
It's the way I am.
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message.
Oh,
Symbol of hope and all.
God, you lovable loser, you.
That bird ain't no symbol of hope. It's a menace and a traitor.
All right. Did she say anything else about me, you know? Did she say anything about me?
I could ruin it right now. No, I can't. I can't do it. She was flattered. It was just bad timing, because, you know, you asked her out when there was a corpse in the backyard. Please, Scott. You idiot.
Really? I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or...?
Will you like me now?
Or can you give him a moment? Somehow you realize this is not going to net you any professional discounts. Already he's reverting back to defensive.
So about the money?
Yes, have you got it?
How much do I owe you?
A lot. A lot.
Oh,
yes.
fine. I can't do like a favor-based thing. God damn. I didn't even get anything out of it. Except a feeling of... I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling. Happy for Gart, I guess. Good on him. Good for him. Whichever one. Right, a spatter of bullet holes lines the wall. What the hell?
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you. making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Kim, look, bullet holes.
Where?
Someone's been shot. We're cops, we should solve it.
There? Those are old.
I'm trying to save lives here, Kim.
These bullets were fired during the revolution, over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation.
Talk to me about the law, please, Kim.
Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go?
Damn it, Kim. I need that law in that world building.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
Oh, Kim read my mind. Fine. Let's solve that murder so you can show that bench who's boss. Yeah, sure. What was that pop-up? Never mind.
Hello again. How can I help you? Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I don't know if should I sell this? Is there any use for it? I mean, it's broken, so...
Another time, perhaps.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces.
Sounds stylish.
This jacket is the apex of human evolution. The moment at which man became weatherproof. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you. Possibly because of the awful typeface.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only for...
Oh, I like shivers, though.
You find your hands deep in...
Economical, but...
That's a no for me.
Shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Shades of self-destruction. I don't need more electrochemistry. That's enough of that. Nope. You know what? I know where to go. It was an area that I hadn't been much before. As soon as I remember the route. Up behind here, I believe. Yes. Let's talk to this kid. Against better judgment.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep? Pigs come to take me out, trying to snuff me out.
Are you sleeping?
Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
I'm genius. Okay, fine.
There must be another way into the building.
Ah. Why is it like that? Kim turns into a weird god voice. Ugh. That looks like something I can rummage in. Seems I already did. Magnesium for morale. That surely isn't healthy.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
Knock knock.
The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
Knock knock.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Success.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Who am I speaking to?
Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here.
Police.
Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the
Any
building.
more?
Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door. With the smoker. You already were there. Didn't work.
I've checked the backyard.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
Convince her.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
I'm pulling out the big guns. Potential prosecution.
Am I right? And don't you marm me, boy.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Oh shit, I haven't got my badge.
Hold your horses.
Kim, stop offering up badges. You haven't got one.
I don't care about your stinking badge. Just
Oh, good.
come in.
Yeah, you better keep walking.
Who the hell said that? Oh, that lady. That's graffiti I can agree with. She opened the door. Strike now. Sorry, Hex, no. Oh, hello, Ivysaur. Welcome in. How are you doing? Is Cindy the fucking skull? Who? I'm not familiar.
The streets will
Oh.
glow red once more.
Her.
A
Okay.
great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
Speak of the devil. Okay.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else?
I don't
do you
worry, it's not
wanna
really
know?
spoilers, Ivy.
Date of birth, blood type.
Don't worry about it.
Last time I was tested for Hep C.
Just answer some questions.
Ask away, pigman. But I don't promise to answer.
I'm sure she's going to be very cooperative. She looks like she'll be cooperative.
She's grown frustrated with her work and welcomes the opportunity to challenge authority in other ways. That smell coming from her paint bucket, it's not paint, it's heavy fuel oil.
Let's start with the questions first that aren't going to get her to go defensive. Because I feel like if I ask her about heavy fuel oil, she's going to get super defensive.
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief.
What? That wasn't what it says. She turns her head to face the coast and nods disdainfully towards Joyce.
Hatred, disgust, it's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
Eat the rich, maybe, is what she's thinking.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
I sold the handkerchief, right? But he told me to keep it because I used it for vomit. Which makes it surprising to me that they even bought it. You mean Joyce?
On a first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
I didn't really like her either.
Pig's not half as dumb as he looks.
I actually didn't like her. She was a bit annoying. Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, Pig's fine. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squeals.
She is like a whole dictionary of metaphors for pigs, isn't she? She's been thinking about this for a while.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
I have an opinion.
Yeah?
I love public art.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Reverse psychology. Almost wish I hadn't, though. Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
So to have a cops fuel tank. It's saying like the cops.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Clever cultural commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Piggy Boo. Watch your back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
I've got no use for heavy fuel oil. I'm not going to ask her to hand it over. What is this? Labourer jeans. What do my current pants do? Oh no, I love the yellow flares. And they're also drug pants. I can't ditch the yellow flares. Someone's been sleeping here. Okay. Good to know. Don't know why it's good to know, but it's good to know. Thank you, Kim.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor.
I'm going to up the volume just an inch. Volume isn't measured in inches. What are you talking about? Up your sides for warmth.
A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Her face
is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
The plan.
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down.
I'll have a look around myself.
It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
Health and money. Hello, old lady.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
That was a really sad sneeze.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do. Not in this damp.
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
Oh, she's not fine. She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet, but I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company, and that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
Martinez?
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
No, I'm looking for a real person.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Tim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer.
I mean, I
you
thought it was
don't
obvious
have to
too,
witness
but it was the
it
only
again.
option I had. Dark hair, skinny build.
Yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble.
Talk?
Oh dear. The lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath.
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Ask away, policeman.
Do you know who lived in the foreclosed apartment?
The hell am I supposed to know? Another nut job, I assume.
She really doesn't like those nut jobs. Bad blood there.
Why is there a hole?
Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls.
With how small these rooms are, wouldn't you want to break the wall down?
What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her,
Artiste.
I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
She mumbles.
See ya. I know you meant me. Money and some shoes. The box is filled with cleaning chemicals. Okay. Flip up glasses. Stylish. Sweet. The song is scary somehow. That's kind of a vibe. Oh no, alcohol. I probably shouldn't have that in my pocket, but here we go. Shower curtains covered in slime. Mmm. Tasty. I mean, to be fair, that's the first time I've grabbed alcohol. Sorry, Hex. Ooh. Didn't mean to do that. I got 46 reals. I'm rich.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Sure.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow. He's probably gone for today.
Sing along to some buoyant dance track. They're vibing. I guess we're done here. I wonder if I can buy tape from.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak.
What's in the north?
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play.
And closer to here?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree, bloated. Droplets of rain slip from his cold cheeks.
What's in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Who are you, ghosts?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Will I?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinaise every day.
What is down to shore?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs, cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction, a defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
And beyond that?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
The east.
There's a fleet on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strike breakers have gathered. The great gates of the industrial harbour are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
I might be able to get that coat. Folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. Clench your teeth.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
Just quickly scanning over to see if there's any other sort of clues to stuff I could look for. No. Beyond that? Before that.
Martinez Plaza, a small dot looking up at the sky. Droplets form on your eyelashes.
Now and beyond that.
La Ducienne, King Dries passenger harbour. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes
the woodshed.
Over the mouth of the river.
The woodshed. Oh, I suppose I did try to open it already, didn't I?
Couron, the lower middle class, distributary after distributary.
I can try it again at some point because it's a skill check.
7-story buildings trail off into the rain. A silvery curtain of rain over the houses, the class divide. A traffic jam, rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised. The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town.
Oh, I think I was
in
muted.
The shadow of
oh
the
no!
day, the revolution fell.
The lady's voice. Was that the lady from before over at the apartment building's radio? Because that was Shivers too.
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Look further.
In the rain-swept distance,
Because there's a
the
creepy
rooftop
ghost
of the
lady
general,
voice
a
last time I played
repurposed
this.
silk mill stands perched above
At the apartment intercom.
exit. Precinct 41
I
hunches in the
I
rain.
just said. I only said where the hood at. I didn't sing it. I'm too white for that.
Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. Coalition hero statics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Motherfucker.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Didn't even need the clue in the shivers. He'll just tell me.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back.
What's that?
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real. Here you go.
My first purchase of anything. Sorry, Disco Jacket. Beautiful. I'm gonna put my shirt back on. Stunning.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Morale, health. I think I'm good actually on healing. I've got 2 items. Is that cigarettes?
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
This is not a good place.
Guess not, no.
Good thing you're an unrecovering alcoholic then.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health, but I guess you already know that.
Don't ask, don't look, don't do anything here. Just go away.
Yeah. I'm better than that. What are the stats on the raincoat anyway? Endurance. Oh, but I lose my esprit de corpse. Oh well. Or esprit de corps, rather. If I'm going to say it properly. It's not corpse, it's core, you idiot. You knew that, you said it anyway. Your goods are getting wet, man. Plus 100 coat against rain. Yeah.
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used to be. This panel usually...
I've done that already. It doesn't do anything. We're indoors. We can put the disco blades back on. What on earth is that? An empty
Kim
cassette
also
tape.
tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
This is where the magic happens.
And by that you mean crimes against humanity?
Oh, Kim, don't be mean. I defied bourgeoisie morality in here.
I have no idea what that means.
Can I go to bed yet?
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting.
Oh, fine. Worth a shot. I wonder if that thing unthawed. You could see if you have any checks open to try. I'd be honest, Hex, I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, the journal is a map thing. Okay. I'll take a look at the journal. Put a point into visual calculus. Knick-knack stand. Broken window. Footprints into dust. Acquire a copy of the city map. Oh. Sorry, Hex. I did have a map. The bartender was nagging me about paying. Let me go see if I have a... I think he... Does he want 160? I've only got 42.
This orange machine is dead still. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar? The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge. You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very...
Yeah, well, that's a good pry. I have no idea.
Happened again. I thought by unplugging it would help. And I unplugged it and came back later for it to fall. Sadly not. So I want to get upstairs to the chimney room. But I was unable to find a route last time.
As before, an iron safe. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. If this is really an entrance to the chimney, then there must be a furnace somewhere as well. Maybe there's another way to get in.
Can you please try to refrain from attacking random things?
I need to find a malignant entity.
Ghosts aren't real. Didn't your parents tell you that? In any case, there's no way we can get in right now. Let's investigate further.
Okay, but I can't climb up a chimney, right? Because I know where the chimney is.
A thick layer of coal dust
How dare you?
covers the furnace.
Did you even see that?
Pitch black.
It went by so quickly I didn't see it.
Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness.
What are you doing?
I've done this bit. I hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? Maybe it's coming from behind those safety curtains we saw upstairs.
Hello?
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease.
There goes the element of surprise.
Hello?
You've awakened the entity.
This is the police. Who's there? No. Hello. Are you there?
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor.
The witch speaks. Yes. The witch does speak.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
Turns out all I had to do was ask them to let me in.
You, officer. Yes?
Politeness does get you everywhere. Lesson learned. Maybe I shouldn't show up with a pry bar in my hand. Bit threatening. She lives up here. What a magical, cozy place. Colourful polyhedral dice. Candy dispenser. Repurposed to contain thousands of dice. She a roleplay nerd.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Gamer living in a chimney. A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald lights shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
She tapped on her headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade.
Melius?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
What a strange place to do business. Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Wow.
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong.
I'm a police officer. I need to ask some questions.
Of course, I can see that. I just thought you were a police officer looking for dice. How else can I help you then?
Okay, fair.
This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
Can this police officer get a dice still? Ooh, sounds like I can.
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt.
Cobalt
That was my
dice.
first order. I grew
Sick.
it from there.
Okay. Are those an actual thing? They surely are. Hang on. Oh yeah, they are. Fancy. Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
The writers of this role-playing game, patting themselves on the back there.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Do you know anything about the lynching?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here.
We're not.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm glad Kim's here.
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
Daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
Yeah, I mean, we should know what the daily ruckus is. We've met Kuno. Kuno is the daily ruckus. To which Kuno would respond, no, Kuno is Kuno. Kuno is fucking Kuno, rather.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that.
Her life seems like a
Sunday
total
night,
vibe,
I'm
honestly.
afraid.
She just sits in a cool-looking chimney with hundreds of thousands of dice, you know, listening to music or radios, whatever. And no one knows where she is, right? Aside from the role players. So she's not going to get much in the way of crime happening at her. You never took your eyes off to work?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
That's fair. I doubt it's a very good view at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I see.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Can I order a die?
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
River Untethered.
Ah, yes. Fortress accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Wirral Untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. Only, instead of plants, it uses motifs of ice and death. And loss, of course. I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
I might be in debt, but I can buy myself a sick resin dye made from alligator jawbone.
Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Create here.
Kim respects it. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
She has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going. I don't know.
All right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
I like the third one. It's because the third one is entirely my fault. The waitress took off. That was my fault. And the customers have trouble paying bills. That's me. You're right, the world doesn't really look like it's cursed.
And then there is me.
She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools like that are scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Considering the bookstore sells board games, you'd think they could have like a partnership, you know? Like, she could make stock of dice for her to sell in her bookstore. I am single-handedly going to cause the Whirling's downfall. By my inability to pay rent, by my aggressive nature causing staff to run away, and because I haven't moved the body in their back garden yet.
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
No, she's not. She's a lovely woman, Half-Light. Stop it. Stop trying to make me an asshole, Half-Light. Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it. No, I won't say that. She doesn't know her. It's because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you.
What, so the curse only affects people with poor work ethics? What you're describing isn't a curse. It's capitalism.
Capitalism is a curse.
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity.
What?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
There's no curse.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
She's too lovely for me to
Not
try
going
and...
to like what you have to tell her.
Everyone else is gone. What happened to the other tenants?
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
The hair salon.
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
Cowards.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you.
Guess we should have been more open-minded.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs.
Kuno? Who's Kuno?
He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
Everyone knows Kuno.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
And who is Artemitep?
A kind man, from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
It didn't work out, did it?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
Oh.
You should have known it.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went
Should I go investigate that?
This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
Broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff medias. Who would have guessed?
Nasty.
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
You went out shopping in a hurricane. Oh. Oh dear. I'm glad you made it back okay. It's a shame about those windows.
Yeah, don't.
Did someone here make stuffed animals?
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
I'm starting to see a consistency. Everything went fine, but you should have left it for tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Maybe.
But what drugs exactly?
Let it pass.
Anything else?
I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
I didn't know insects had any rights, or activists.
Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings.
Electro is very keen.
And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket.
I don't know enough about bug science to say whether or not it's actually cruelty to farm them. I'm pretty sure it's not, though. But a living thing is a living thing, so... I guess it depends on where you draw the line.
All the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
No, I like insects. Nod.
Really? Anyway.
She looks at the windowsill where a dead fly is lying on its back, legs curled up in a bow tie.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
What's with the rotor blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
What do they say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
You say it, Kim.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
Strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes and some remnants of a memory lights up her face.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
Liberal how?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
Those damn work schedules. No.
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chatting behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seem to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
They look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on.
Put my glasses on so I have a bit of an easier time reading this.
In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have
I mean, my
enough
glasses were always
willpower
on.
to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
It is hard to show up to work on time.
And so is producing something extraordinary.
Her eyes wander to the shelves full of dye prototypes and discarded models.
Something strains her face before she looks up again.
Anything else?
There's a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story.
The place was owned by two guys who had
I want the rest of the game to be this
innovative
woman.
ideas about marketing.
This woman telling me stories.
Now ask me about their other ideas.
What about the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Fritta does the same thing.
Yeah, they do. I do know a girl like that.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT.
Teenagers.
And they already had
Scared the shit out of me. What about the bear?
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples, trying to suppress a headache.
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravishaw Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
Sure, the bear was doing its best.
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean. He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast.
I do
while
want
high on
some
desiccants,
ice cream now.
called it mega
Even though we're in the middle of a really cold, stormy spell in the UK. I'm like, ooh, ice cream. Sadly, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Unless someone wants to, unless I add ice cream to my treat stream, and someone buys me ice cream. Or maybe I should do that. Maybe I should have ice cream on my treat stream as an option. I'll probably get him melted, but you know. Oh, mochi. I was literally just last night. I was thinking about that. I was just thinking about the fact I've had mochi once. I bought it, I don't know, 2 years ago when I had some money. And it's quite expensive around here. It's like eating spicy food in the summer, but the reverse. I don't think, like, ice cream in cold weather outdoors, yes, I would judge you, right? I would 100% judge you if you were outdoors in the cold eating ice cream. But if you're in your own house, you know, it's if you're lucky, it's temperature controlled. You know? So you can eat ice cream indoors in the winter, you know. Around Christmas time, my family usually has some ice cream with our, you know, with our cake as like a dessert. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, if you're eating outdoors, you're crazy. Megatherian.
Scary, but cool.
Megatherian?
Megatherian.
Therian.
A mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life. By telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
Hell yeah. Oh, I know a guy who would love that. His name is Electrochemistry.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs.
Also, hello, Elfeve. Nice to see you come out of lurking. My electrochemistry is so high, I just can't.
The horrific nectar.
Too high. I see what you did there, Zyrex.
Strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
I don't have a comment on drugs.
Understandable. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Thank you, you novelty dice maker. Can I ask for your name? You've been a joy.
The temperature has dropped in the cover of the night. You see frost on the windows.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
The Pearl's intercom isn't working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me.
Nope.
I think none of those.
Well, I probably
doorbells
did because I
work,
spammed all of them.
including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
Doorbell with the empty name card was yours. Someone answered when I called SCA.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SCA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
She said she was from Tricentennial Electrics.
Tricentennial Electrics?
There's a moment before she recognises the name.
It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it
Oh
wasn't
god, it
just
was a time-travelling
big playing
ghost.
prank on you?
Are ghosts real in this world?
No, it was something else. It was eerie.
No, I can repeat it. No, it was something else. Something eerie.
Pranks can be eerie.
Well, yeah.
Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us.
Do above
No
the empty name card
solidarity.
was yours.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
I have a few more questions about the building.
Sure, I'm listening.
That's it.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I can't pull that off. I'll leave it be. Let's go talk to the crazy lady who runs the bookstore. Sorry, spiritual lady who runs the bookstore. Me when the local children pull their eerie noise machine and prank people. Ugh. Yeah, I know, right? Don't you hate it when the children do a perfect impression of a scary ghost over an intercom? Hello, plaisance.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
Oh, her name is Niha. I forgot about it. Okay. I talked to the entity, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
She's just a businesswoman like you.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Plaisance.
Before you say anything, ask yourself, is the woman really able to withstand the truth?
I don't really care, to be honest.
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her.
I don't need dice for some kind of sorcery, but it's because I'm playing a sorcerer.
You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
So, 1 is I tell the truth. There's no curse. 2 is I lie and blame the taxidermist. 3 is I lie and say I don't have an answer. 4 is I lie and say that there's another entity. I'm just going to tell her the truth because honestly I don't like her.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that?
You're one of the inconsistencies.
I am not doing as well as it looks like I am. I only have my Simonese wards to thank for the protection they provide.
Her business has been up and running for a long time now.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. I just hope that you haven't made anything worse by going in there. Thank you for nothing. Please do buy some books or be on your way.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Hey little girl, your mum's stupid.
Hello, sir. How is the investigation going? Found any curses yet?
Curses? Yeah, I found a way to the commercial area.
Oh, that's great! I hope exciting adventures lie ahead. And maybe you can help Mother become less afraid.
If I talk to you again, does it update
The
that?
lights are so pretty.
No,
when it
I
gets
have to.
dark.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't make your mother less afraid. I just made her more angry. At a poor woman who doesn't deserve it. Where am I going to get a map from? I need a map. What kind of places do you get maps from? That's true, I can take a guess, can't I? Knick-knack stand. Knickknacks. No idea. Broken window. Tommy Lahom. Footprints in the dust. Electronic doorbell. I think I might be able to do the footprints in the dust a bit better. Though I remember that one now. I have a bit more of a chance for it.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots, anywhere from 6 to 12
Still
years
bad.
Maybe more than 12.
Hey!
No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes.
I'm doing actual
number
detective work.
46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46? You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this.
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
Character rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others.
The one carrying the body?
Weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step, number 41 shoe.
A woman? Or a kid?
Surely a woman. You'd better tell a kid's shoe.
Okay. How do you know?
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
I don't.
Understood. Anything else?
A heavy one?
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
But he was wearing armor, right? One of them was carrying him
Possibly, yes.
One soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul.
Any ideas?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
Just nod.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking for a drummer. We are looking for a group of dock workers.
You don't know.
The lieutenant clearly appreciates the chance to clear up the drummer issue himself.
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would
I'm starting to
wear
understand
the right
Kim. You
shoe
don't
for
call
the
him out
left.
on his
The accelerator
mistakes
is on the
because
right.
he'll realise them himself. He much prefers it. Could be a driver. Yeah, if only I'd come up with that, actually.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes, prudent.
Mm-hmm.
How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How does he know that?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
Nice. We actually did detective work. Woohoo! Focus on the case. We know the number of people, roughly. Speaking of the case. Oh, hello. It's gotten a bit busier. But I can't talk to them. Yeah, normal people, you know, not strikers or crazy shopkeepers.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue
Lovely.
plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Harsh.
Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Inspector toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard.
Take it off.
Still wet. The toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
What is this?
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
What kind?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Oh my god, can I get my info?
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
For example?
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
Ooh.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Nice.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Can finally get my personal info. Browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs.
I can smell the ledger because if you recall, a certain woman I spoke to earlier had to fish it out the toilet. Because I dumped it there. Hence also the toilet paper.
Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled
why?
earmarked pages falling apart.
I have an
in
answer
your
for you.
hands. They appear to be sufficiently
Depression
organized and extremely dense, if mostly
and
illegible.
depression. Yeah. What's in there?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
That was my workload.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I burned out alright.
It's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Yeah, he's very understanding.
Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
Naming convention?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name.
Oh, they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The unsolvable case.
I'm naming my cases like their titles.
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare
Hobocop is
article-free
creative.
collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
I feel like if I was a detective, I actually would want to name all my cases. Like, why wouldn't you? That's like surely half the fun. Never know when your life's going to turn into a sitcom. What's the name of this case? The name of this case would be the lynching at the what's the pub's what's the bar's name again? The Suffing Rags. The What if you has a better memory than me, right? Yeah, the lynching at the Whirling in Rags. There you go. Simple, and descriptive.
You like this grimy murdering, don't you? Wish there was one in there about a drug den. You love those. Gets the blood pumping.
Isn't like a hooker parlor's pretty close?
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together.
I mean, that's drugs.
Be done. Once
Kind
you're
of.
done inspecting them up close.
My cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, a non-numeric one.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense.
Oh,
almost
Kim,
everyone in
I want to see Kim's titles. Oh, tell me your case titles, Kim.
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. It was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that.
Kim shared. Kim did share. Thank you, Kim. That made my day. The man with the hole in his head.
I pray his loved ones never find out.
Oh, he smiles.
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Oh. Is there room to open an official case?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end
That
remain
feels
untouched
ominous.
by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
One more case.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes
Oh, tell me I get to name it.
It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager.
Done.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you.
Oh? Oh, what? What are you owing about down there, Zaya Hex? Anyway. You didn't realize it was actually this case. Ah.
Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Don't touch my piss-coloured name. I'm gonna Touch your piss got a name, all I like. Here, look. Get grabbed. Oh no, you're escaping. Come out here. Got ya. Have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too.
Oh.
The Hanged Man.
Yeah.
Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Oh, he's so happy.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
God, I love
You
Kim.
don't exactly close them so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Can I read them now?
It's proving to be harder than expected.
Damn.
You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together.
Oh, hang on.
Try again.
Logic. Metagaming. Min-max.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of paper. Yes, at
Got it.
last.
Had a skill
Find
point.
a way to piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. HDB 41, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB
Oh no, Zyhex, I'm a genius, so it didn't happen. I had a plan and it worked.
700. The next world mural.
What's HDB 41? Officer Precinct?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
HDB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Horace Debbie Beringer?
That is improbable.
How long does it take to read the case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
I'll revisit this.
Not much has
I imagine it's
changed
going to
in
skip
the
half an hour.
meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from...
Let's go to the car, turn on the light, and read my information. Let's finally get to the bottom of who I am.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
How do I turn on the headlights?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage. The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canadian
Ooh, noisy.
with a whiny growl. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
Thank you for showing me your toy, Kim.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
He has a remote for it? You're telling me they have like flintlock breech-loaded pistols,
As
but
you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears.
But they have
A
remotes
street
for their
grid
cars.
And the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
shimming street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable.
Where
They
are we on
shimmer
this?
In the Kanema's headlights.
Let me see. Right here.
Seems nice.
No, it does not.
Perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally them up.
The first row has 18 dots.
Next.
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last?
The last row has 3 perforations.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, Kim. Your time to shine again.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
18 years.
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Get drunk like a megastar.
Yes, that does seem quite likely. Your youth coincided with some heady days for Revachol. But let's move on, shall we?
Well, I think I might be old, so Hex.
This next row,
He's not wrong.
the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually,
I am a good
clearing more than
detective.
10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be good, I guess.
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've
Oh.
got precisely 3 perforations there.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
I'm a killer.
That's right. A killer of humans.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week and don't really think about it. There's no trace of guilt in his voice.
Damn.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How did you handle it?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Ooh, what do you do, Kim?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
I should find one.
Why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Pour it out for the boys.
If you want to pour out the booze you've been carrying around on duty, I'm certainly not going to stop you.
Pour it on the ground.
A dark pool of cheap wine appears at your feet. It shimmers in the lights of the Kanema. Honorably done. You have given up some of your own blood for theirs.
Electrochemistry respects it. The gloaming comes for us all, but it came first for you.
Very noble of you. Are we done here?
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
I thought I would get a name. I guess that's what the badge is for. Short break. I need it. I need to stand up. See you in a bit. I'm back. Hello. Hope everyone had a good break. It's important to step away for a bit. Speaking of, we are about to hit the 3-hour mark, and I was intending to keep it shorter this time, because I don't want to burn myself out. So, I think we made decent progress this time. Still not much closer to solving the actual mystery, but you know, we managed to do the mystery of the cursed retail area and decipher the footprints, and we're closer to the name. Yes, Hex. Yes, we are. So I'm gonna send you off to raid. If you could please stick around while I do that, you know, the more people the better. It's embarrassing to raid by myself. Come on. Like, hi, I'm here and I've brought all of these non-existent people. No. They appreciate it either way, I'm sure. I know I would. So, I will... Now, I said last time I would make a heads up whenever I play this so that people can actually kind of, you know when to expect these... let's call them episodes of Disco Elysium. And I will do that from now on. This is, again, another guerrilla stream. Good over you. That I wasn't planning on doing, but then I suddenly was in the mood. So I was like, yeah, sure. Let's do it. But I will give a... I'm going to try and do a schedule for once I know what's happening in a week. Once I know what I can plan around. And on another note, big fan of my new tracking, honestly. I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm a bit more dynamic. You can see me doing stuff like fidgeting in my chair. Very good stuff. XR Animator. Linked up with Vnian, with a model made in Vvoid Studio and edited in Unity. That's what I've got, and it's working wonders. Absolute wonders. So, time to raid. Let me find someone. I think Cicada Hina deserves a few more viewers than she's got going on right now. She's playing Monster Hunter World. Go give her some love. And have a good night. See ya for next time. In a wild crocodile.